Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Vertical Take with Jennifer and Taha. Today we have the wonderful Cailin.
Hi.
This is episode number 13, and we are stoked to have you on because 13 is a very auspicious number. And if I'm not mistaken, this is your first ever interview with fans.
It is. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
Don't worry, think of this as a chat with two individuals who love verticals.
Okay.
I can assure you, we're more nervous than you are.
I'm shaking.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I'm just gonna dive right into it. So, Kaylin, you began acting at just 5 years old, which is impressive. What's your early memory of being on set?
So I did a lot of theater growing up. I didn't do too many sets, but I did do a spec commercial when I was 5 for Welch's grape juice. You can look it up on YouTube. It's people love to embarrass me with that. But I just remember that I hated grape juice, but I had to drink the juice for the commercial, and every single time I would take a sip and immediately make the worst face ever, and I kept having to cut because I was trying to sell it, not get people not to buy it.
Yeah.
But I eventually I was like, no, I'm a professional at the ripe age of 5 years old. I am going to be the next Jennifer Aniston, and I'm going to drink this grape juice. And so I drank it. But you can also see me looking up at the ceiling because I couldn't remember my lines, and for some reason I thought they were on the ceiling.
Aw, that's so
I,
cute.
I love that.
Oh, I'm so sorry for laughing, but that
And
was so cute.
it's okay.
We're gonna
It's fine.
find that commercial and we're gonna go and just let it out there.
Yeah.
Does she really want that to be out
I
there?
know, I know.
That was like a big thing in high school. People would find it and then be like, "Is this you?" and show everyone. I'd be like, "No, it's not me."
I hope they didn't bully you.
No, they thought it was funny. Like I was able to laugh with them. It wasn't
Okay.
in a
Oh,
mean way.
good.
Okay, that's fine. As long
Yeah.
as it wasn't used maliciously against you, then that's good.
Yes.
Perfect. Wow, that's a very funny memory. And I'm so glad
I
that it's
like
on
that.
YouTube because after this interview, I'm running over to YouTube to watch it.
Yeah.
So, Kaylin, what first inspired you to pursue acting at such a ripe young age?
Well, I actually, when I think I was 3 or 4 years old, my church was putting on a play for Christmas, the typical Christmas play.
Nativity. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I was playing an angel because I was 3 or 4 years old. And I remember being so mad that I couldn't play Mary, even though the person playing Mary was probably 18, 19 years old,
Yeah.
full grown woman, and me
Mm-hmm.
being 4 years old. And me being 4 means I looked probably 1 years old. And I was like, I'm gonna be Mary one day. And I told myself one day I'm gonna be Mary. And then from that moment on, I was just that's what I wanted to do. Like if you look at
You and
books and stuff from when I was in preschool, when you would write what do you want to be when you grow up, I'd always put I'm gonna be a movie star.
oh,
That is so
okay. And
cute.
you did it.
You're more than
It wasn't
Mary.
just yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Um, So with with everything that you've been in and things like that, if you could play any role, no matter the age, the genre, the type, what would it be and why?
I would love to do a horror film. I want to be a scream queen so bad. I feel like that's
Uh,
just it's so far from what I usually do because I'm always
Mhm.
like,
yeah,
"Ah, cute little innocent pregnant woman."
yeah, right?
Yeah, the one with Tim Stein. Oh God, I forgot the title, but I did watch it. I was like,
They
okay.
they changed the title, by the way.
Oh God,
That was
Well,
not
did
what the
they?
title was supposed to be.
what was it meant to be?
Oh,
Well, when we first got the script, it was Blade Runner. And then so we were like, "Oh, this is kind of fun. It's not some insane title. And then
Yeah.
after we wrapped, they were like, "Do you have any suggestions of what we could change the title to and to make it more verdy?" So we gave them suggestions, none of them being what they decided on. And then it came out, and Tim messaged me and he was like, "Did you see the title?" And I was like, "No, why?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, my grandma's gonna see that."
What was the title? I forgot.
It is wrong sperm, right love.
Yeah, something. I knew it was something sperm. I was like,
They put sperm in the title.
That's the thing that gets me though, because then like you share it with your friends and they're like, wait, what kind of movie is this?
No, I literally got a text from my childhood friend the other day that was like, "Were you in something called Sperm Love?" And I was like, "Oh my god."
No, you can skip that one.
Yeah, literally, I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
but I don't think
Exactly.
it's
That's what I
worse
would do.
by. I don't think it's worse than got pregnant by billionaire brothers, or I don't think it's worse than what was it, Noah and Ashley. After I buy sperm from a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I think that's worse. So
They
I think yours is at number three.
okay. Awesome.
I I just wish they would think about those titles because they just like sound I think it's because they want that shock value. They want you to see it and be like, whoa, wait, what? What is this about?
Yeah.
Um, but but it's like the complete opposite because I'm not gonna go and sit there and like recommend this to my friend and be like, hey, you totally gotta, watch, you know, that.
So
Literally.
here's the thing. If I wasn't interviewing you, I wouldn't have watched it. I needed to
Valid.
watch it for like research purposes. If that came up and I read the title, I'd be like, pass.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But no, you were really good in it. No, I liked it. It was yeah, it was good.
Thank
Minus
you.
the
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
All your roles are good regardless of what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will get into them.
Yeah. Um, are there any roles that have been especially meaningful or challenging for you and what made them stand out?
So I had a vertical come out yesterday. It was called Cinderella's Royal Secret. That was another one where they
Okay.
changed the title, so I'm trying to remember what they changed it to.
Okay.
But that one is really special to me because I feel like it's the first time I got to play a character that had more to her than just being
Mm-hmm.
like sad or abused or like
Yeah.
it was like she was a it's basically the plot of the Princess Diaries just vertified.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
And so I grew up with the Princess Diaries, and it was
Hmm.
originally titled The Fake Princess Diaries. So when I got the script, I was like, I am already obsessed with this.
Yeah.
You're like, yep, I got to be a
Okay.
part of this.
Yes. Like there are scenes like the whole scene where she's balancing books on her head and the scene where like the um the European man comes in and is like, "You need a makeover." That's all in
hmm
there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we gotta
I'm
watch
gonna
it. What
watch
app
that.
is that
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
my favorite one because it was just about like she got to have fun and she I got to kind of play myself in certain
Okay.
parts of it.
hmm
Yeah. I'm
hmm
definitely gonna go check that out just because like I do
Yeah.
like Princess Diaries and I always love it when they put like a spin on it. So
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna watch that.
I wear a wig and everything.
Oh,
Oh, that's
okay.
interesting.
Okay.
So seeing you in a new getup, that's nice.
Yes.
Interesting. So, Kaylin, you played Daisy Carter in Wrong Sperm, Right Love. What drew you to that role?
Honestly, I did a show called Carrying His Baby, Stealing His Heart, if you've ever
Okay.
heard of that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I've
have.
seen that one.
And my the male lead in that one, Patrick, he's from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And so they filmed Wrong Sperm, Right Love. Is that the title? In Atlanta. But that production company reached out and he had told me that they were great to work with and they were telling me that they worked with him. It was like I was trusting Patrick. I was like, you say they're a
Okay.
good company. Plus, I'd love to go to Atlanta. I actually didn't get the script beforehand. I was just trusting that this was a good company to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I mean, overall, it. Yeah, it's a good vertical. I mean, do you not like any parts of it or anything?
I mean, no, the production part of it was honestly it was like the fastest, most like well run set I've been on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was just the content that was a little challenging because it was abuse scene after abuse
Yeah.
scene after abuse scene.
Yeah, they put you in a maid's
Yeah.
outfit, and I was like, your character's too kind for giving her another chance. And then that evil sister-in-law, widowed
Yeah.
sister-in-law, I was like, she's such a. Mm.
Very sweet lady in real life.
Of course, I'm not
Yes.
judging her
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
of
character.
course.
I'm talking about the character. I was like,
Yes.
she needs to get kicked out, and she has a yacht already and a property. Why is she living with you? Get the hell out. you
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Hot water. Hot. Yeah. The. Yeah. No, I get it. But to be honest with you, I personally just look past it and I'm just like, okay, what's the main bits of the storyline that we can put together? And at the end of the day, yeah, it was accidental, but then a love story grew out of it, and you had your happily ever after with Mr. Stein. So I guess that was good.
It was.
yeah, definitely. So
How was it working with Tim Steins per
Yeah,
se?
Tim was great. He hasn't been doing these. I was very surprised to find out he hasn't been acting for that long because he was just
mhm,
like so like like I thought he was going to be one of those people where I asked and because a lot of the guys it's like, "Oh, I've been acting for 20 years or something." But he was like, "I've been acting for 6 months." And I was like, "What? Like, you got it down."
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well,
was
and
super
he's a
fun.
pretty, yeah.
Yeah, he
Well,
was
I was just gonna say that he's a pretty funny guy anyway, just
yes.
from yeah, his
yeah,
stories that you see, and I bet set was fun to be on with
Yes.
him.
He's very silly. He's not serious and I mean that in a good way.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of
No,
course.
definitely. So, how did you prepare for the emotional journey of a young woman discovering her child's conception was the result of a sperm mix-up involving a mafia boss?
It's a great question. That's the most I read that question and I was like, this is the most vertical question I've ever read.
I mean, it
It's
is the vertical take.
yes.
Exactly.
Like if anyone else heard that outside of this, they'd be like, "What did you just say?"
Yeah. But it makes sense because you're a
It
part
makes
of the
sense.
industry. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like I've done a lot of these characters now where it's,
Hmm.
she's young, she gets pregnant.
Yeah.
Usually it's she gets pregnant accidentally, but in this case, she actually did want to get pregnant, so that was something I had to do for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like with all of these characters, it all comes from a place of like thinking if this happened to me right now where I'm at in the stage of my life, if I were to get pregnant, how like mind shattering and like life altering it would be.
Yeah.
Cause
Hmm.
I'm not planning on having kids anytime soon.
Yeah, of
No.
course. You're young and your
Yes.
career just started.
And a lot of these characters that I play that are like that, I'm sure they aren't either. So it's kind of
Mm,
it's like I have to put myself in that mindset. But for this one in particular, because she actually wanted to get pregnant, I have to think a lot about like my mom because she's always like growing up, it was always her kids are everything. Like I'd always be like, "Mom, why don't you have any friends?" And she'd be like, "Cause my children, you guys are my everything." And as a kid, I'd be
aw.
like, "What? That's embarrassing." But now that I'm older, I'm like, "Oh, thanks, mom."
Right? You learn to
Yes.
appreciate it more when you're
Yes.
older.
Yeah.
But so I feel like for this, I definitely had to put myself in that mindset of like, no matter what, this child is everything to her. And like, no matter
Yeah.
what happens, no matter the amount of blows she takes or things that happens. All she cares about is like making sure that this kid, no matter whose it is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I agree. Plus, it's a
And
vertical.
it can't,
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it can't be easy because, like you said, this is a vertical. So, like, what kind of crazy situation? I mean, this wouldn't happen in real life. I mean, I guess it could happen in real life, but it does.
I
So
hope
you
it
kind of
doesn't
have to put
happen in
your.
real life.
I know, but
This is like some
yeah.
crazy fantasy.
Yes.
I don't think
Um,
mafia people keep their sperms in sperm banks like that.
they just
No.
willingly just like a mix up. It's like, okay, let's go into this random room that just because the number is off by one number, and that's gonna be the. It's like,
It's insane. No, because my
yeah.
mom had my brother through like IVF. So I remember thinking, I
Mhm.
was like, what if like when she was going through IVF, it got like mixed up and everything, and then she ended up like having some other man's baby, and then all that. I was like, what if this all really happened? Because my mind would
Oh my
explode.
gosh.
And then
Well,
my
Yeah.
brother was like
technically,
some secret heir.
yeah. Well, technically, it wouldn't even be your mom or your dad's because it would be
Yeah.
someone else's, egg and sperm.
Yeah.
So it would be some mysterious, not even related to you or something. That would be a vertical in itself. But personally, my cousins were out of IVF, and I thought the same thing back in 2020. But they're spitting image of their mom and dad, so I'm like, okay, those are your kids. It's kind of obvious after they're born.
I know. I wish my brother didn't look anything like my stepfather, because then I could be like, ooh, and make an entire story in my mind about who's the real dad.
Let's
So did
write
you
it up
ever?
and put it as a vertical.
So did you ever like when you guys got into fights or anything, go and throw that up and say, we don't know who you belong to, or you could belong to this person.
We
No,
found
that'd
you
be
under the
so
bridge.
that'd be so funny.
I would. But anyway,
Should have.
so so one of the things that I often hear being around the vertical community and stuff is your youthful appearance.
Oh yeah.
And I had to ask this. Do you find because and the reason why I asked that was because I seen a story that you made where somebody had mentioned something about you being in middle school.
Yes.
And I was like, I've got to ask this. I've got to ask this. But so anyway, do you find that that opens doors to certain roles, or does it create challenges in casting?
I feel like when I first moved to LA, it was before verticals were a thing. It was very beneficial because it was very
Okay.
much I was over 18 to play younger, and studios like
Okay.
that because it's less paperwork, less
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
money on studio
Yup.
teachers. But then I started doing verticals, and now it's a kind of a thing of some companies and platforms, they like that I look so young because, again, the shock value, people will see me and they'll be like, she's pregnant, that's a child, and then it'll make them want to watch it
Yeah.
even though I'm
Yeah.
younger. But sometimes it is hard because I've been on projects where I've been cast and everything, like everything's great, and then all of a sudden I get a message that's like, sorry, never mind, you look too young, when I'm
Oh.
literally playing someone my age. And I'm like, how can I know I look young, but I am literally this age. Like, I am that age. I can do it.
Yeah.
So it depends on the project, but recently it's been harder than easier.
Oh, really? Okay. Just like in the vertical community or just in projects in general that it's been harder.
In the vertical community, just because a lot of these lead girls, they're written to be like 24, 25 ish.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I look like I'm 12 years old according to the internet. So
Yeah.
sometimes I really have to like fight to get roles that I want to prove and be like, I can do it, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, at least they're
So
not telling you to wear a gray wig
True.
or like dye your hair a little gray so that you look older, like they did with Tim Stein in that
Oh my
Mafia.
god, that was so funny. He showed me that.
I
I
was like, you're
don't
not
get,
young,
yeah.
that old in real life. Why are you dyeing your hair?
Funny.
That seems to be the thing with like they've done it to several of the male
Jesse
actors.
Morales. Mm-hmm. They did.
Yeah, and I'm like, just because I mean, and just because you got gray hair don't mean that I mean you could not have gray hair and still look like you're older.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, I guess it's just something else in the vertical community. But so how do you navigate those assumptions about your age, both personally and professionally?
I feel like as a kid, it bothered me a lot more just because I feel like people didn't take me seriously. Being like
Hmm.
10 years old and looking 6 years old, it was like
Mm,
a big thing. Like my mom would always be like, "It's okay, you're gonna like it when you're older," and I'd be like, "I don't, I'm no, I'm not." But now I'm like getting a little older, and I'm like, if someone were to say I'm old, like sometimes if I have people guess my age and they say older than I am, I'm like, "What do you
seriously?
mean? Take that back.
Right?
You're joking."
Literally the same thing with me. I get ID'd everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm 25, but I get ID'd literally everywhere. So I was in London and I was with a friend walking around going to pubs. Every single pub we went to, they would ID me. I'm the guy, I'm gonna pay for it. They're like, oh, I don't care if you're not gonna drink alcohol, you have to show your ID. Thank God I have the ID on the back of my phone, so I just whipped it out. I'm like, yeah, here. I know
No.
it's annoying to say the
It is.
least.
I've had places before like completely deny me. Like I'll show them my ID and they'll be like, "It's fake," and I'm like, "No, it is. You can scan it. Like you can call
Literally,
whoever you need to call and get it all sorted out because it's real."
it is real. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're still like, "No,
yeah.
Do I need to whip out my birth certificate? Like,
literally." I do kind of have fun with it now because I've learned like now if I'm like on set and someone makes a comment or a joke about me being young, I like to Uno reverse it and be like, "Well, you're old," and make them feel old.
There you go.
So that's
I
that's
agree with
my
that.
thing recently.
I'd be like, at least my back isn't telling me that I'm a geriatric.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, savage.
Yeah, but I will say that, like you said, that once you start getting older, you're gonna appreciate the youthfulness because, like now, I'm like when I don't get carded, I'm like, do you not want to see my ID? Do you not
I'll
want to see?
show it to
I'm
you,
like
I
shoving it in their
promise.
face,
Let me take it out.
and they're like, no, no, you don't need it. What?
That's so funny.
But But those are the only two questions I had about that because I was like, I've got to ask her. And to be honest though, Kaylin, I didn't even like notice that about you. Like when I started watching your verticals, I didn't like think, oh, this girl's like way too young until I started like talking to people and they would make comments and I'm like, wait, you guys think that she's younger than I'm like, she looks like a regular adult girl. Like, what are
Thank
y'all talking
you.
about?
Thank you. I yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like I'm 22 years old. So I'm still young,
Yes.
but
Yeah,
it's like
Yeah, yeah.
people think I'm in middle school and high school.
yeah. I get away for looking like I'm in high school too.
Yeah.
I remember one time I got on the bus and it was one of those buses where you have to like get a ticket from beforehand. The guy didn't even ask me. I'm like, do you not want to see my ticket? He's like, aren't you in high school? Aren't you still in school? Mind you, I was 23 at the time. I was already finished with my undergrad.
That's
So I'm
so
like, okay.
That reminds me of a story when we were filming Wrong Sperm, Right Love. I
Hmm.
went
Uh-huh.
after set, I went to the mall because I was like, I want to go shopping. And
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
walking around, and this security guard comes up to me and he's like, "Ma'am, we have a curfew. Once it hits like 6 or 7 p.m., I think he said, if you're a minor, like you can't be here without an adult." And I said, "Okay." And they were like, well, do you have your ID? How old are you? And this was a week before my birthday, so I was like, oh, I'm 22. And I showed them the ID and they were like, this says you're 21. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'll be 22 next week. I've just been preparing myself to say 22.
Well,
And
it
so
doesn't
then,
matter. You're not under the age of 18, so it
yeah,
shouldn't be
either
an
way,
issue. Like,
yes. And so then they were like, well, are you sure this is real? And I was like, because also I was in Atlanta and it was a California ID. So
yeah,
immediately they were like, is this real? So then they made me put a wristband on and walk around the mall with a wristband.
Oh my gosh.
you're joking.
No.
Wow.
So the
See
wristband
what
was
would
like what? To tell
It was
people
like,
that you're allowed to be there?
yeah, it was like to notify the other security guards that have already been checked.
Okay. Remind me not to go to a mall in Atlanta.
now what would have been funny is if you would have brought Tim with you with his
Oh,
gray hair and been like, that's my dad.
no, you did not just say that.
And we got a vertical coming out, so
That's
that'll
so
be
funny.
even worse.
No, that was like my biggest fear coming into this. I was like, Cailin, don't say anything that's gonna get you canceled. Like, do not
No,
say.
don't worry. So, Cailin, you starred back to back in two verticals with Fabian Arnold.
Yes.
Uncle, I love you, and oh god, Navy brother, please take my body.
Crazy title.
I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm sorry.
Crazy title.
Um, Getting
Now,
to the
wait a minute.
question.
Did didn't the Navy brother, Please Take My Body, have a different title though? I feel like, or was that always the title? I feel like it had a different
The that one, it was always like abbreviated. Like when I got the script and
title. Okay.
everything, it was just letters, so I didn't know what the letters stood for.
NBPTMB.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what like the script breakdown said and everything. I wasn't until I signed on that I found out the title. Same with Uncle I Love You. The original name was In Your Name. Like that was the title of it. And we were like, oh, that's cute. Like very like original. And then it came out and it was Uncle I Love You. And I was like, oh God,
Oh God.
that's on my
Well,
IMDb now.
so going back to the question, I am not repeating those titles.
Okay.
How did that pairing come about?
So Uncle I Love You was actually shot first, even
Okay.
though it came out after. Um, sorry, my cat feeder's going off.
That's fine.
But
That's okay.
so when I signed on to Uncle I Love You, I went and got coffee with the director and we were trying to like find out who to cast to play Fabian's role because we could
Hmm.
not find anyone. And so
Okay.
we spent like 2 hours on Instagram just going through all of the vertical men that we knew.
Okay.
And then it was kind of up in the air. And then 2 days later, I met him at the table read and I was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And we did the shoot, everything was fine. And then 2 weeks later, I show up to my next set and I'm in the makeup chair and I just hear like his German accent from the other room. And I was like, no fucking way, dude, you're
It's I
here.
am again.
Right.
And he walked in. It just felt like we picked up right where we left off because these things shoot in like 2 weeks usually.
Yeah.
So it was nice. We kind of like spent a month together, so it kind of felt like we were doing an actual show or movie where we spent like an entire month together.
Hmm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Bonding with someone over that's nice. Okay.
It was
Both a
so
little spicy.
yes.
And it was
Yeah.
Fabian Arnold, so I bet it was just so hard to spend a whole month with Fabian Arnold. Just kidding.
The German golden boy.
Oh.
I love Fabian. He's definitely one of my favorite co-stars. I feel like we became. I don't know how to say this without it being weird due to the context of the vertical, but he was very much like my older brother.
Aw.
Okay. I
No,
get that.
definitely not in a weird, disgusting
Yes.
way. Just like
Yes.
genuinely,
Yes.
yeah. No, of course, we get it. No. So, bringing up my next question. do you two find that you had a natural working chemistry with each other? Because, both of them were spicy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because we got along and we like we I don't want to say argue. We like play fought like argue like siblings
Okay.
like he would do something I'd be like what is wrong with you kind of thing
Right.
like we
Yeah.
just we became friends so I feel like that's always easy
Hmm.
then go especially the second one because we filmed Navy Brother second and that one definitely had a lot more intimacy.
Well, yeah.
So it was very nice that we had just gotten off of a set together because it was like, okay, we
Oh,
know each
good.
other, we've worked together. This isn't going to be weird.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
of course. And I have watched Navy Brother. It was pretty spicy, but the boyfriend wasn't that bad also.
Yeah.
He was a good he should have been a good co-star. I forgot his name. I'm so bad. But he seemed like a good person. I was actually thinking that you might have dumped your Navy brother and you could have gotten back with him because he was shown to be a sweet guy with a little bit of a ulterior motive, but it wasn't that bad.
Oh my gosh. I his name's Mateo. I forget his
Mateo.
character, but his real name's Mateo. I love Mateo. Him and like Fabian, they were like my brothers. Like we would make TikToks of like singing Taylor Swift songs and I'd force them. I'd be like stand right here and sing.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow, that's golden. That's amazing.
And who doesn't love Taylor Swift songs? I mean, they're
Exactly.
just so easy.
In Uncle I Love You, it became like a bit because in Uncle I Love You, I was trying to annoy Fabian, but like I was like, "Do you know Taylor Swift? Sing a Taylor Swift song right now." And he was like, "I only know the one, like the love story." And I was like, "Okay, good. We're gonna perform it." So we like we like sang love story for everyone, and I was like, we blasted the music. We were in the middle of shooting too. We were probably so annoying to that
Oh,
crew.
this was in
That's the
LA?
best.
Yes.
Okay. Glad you didn't do that in the countryside in Atlanta. Good thing you were in Democratic LA. Good.
Yes.
I can assure you, he probably knows more Taylor Swift songs than that. He just didn't want to admit it.
I
Most
think
guys
so
Noah
do.
loves
too.
Taylor Swift, and that's his best friend. Like, come on.
Yes,
So,
he definitely does.
yeah, I think so too. Some of your verticals have been on the spicier side. When a scene calls for intimacy, what helps you feel most comfortable on set?
What makes me feel most comfortable? Oh, definitely an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always nice just to have like someone standing up for you because
Yeah.
sometimes they need to hear it from someone who's not the actor to like know it's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think just having a good relationship with the crew is really important. Like being able to laugh. Like whenever I do intimacy scenes, they're always super like behind the scenes. It's always super funny. Like everyone's usually cracking up and like making a joke out of it because that's how you get through uncomfortable things is laughing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also filming them like on the second to last day or the last day really helps because then you know each other. It's always hard
Mhm.
when they want to do the intimacy scene on the first day within like 10 minutes of meeting this person you've just met. And they're like, okay, now make love. And you're like, hi, I'm Cailin. Nice to meet you.
I can't
Oh my God.
even. Yeah.
And I heard they're very detailed. So they're like, okay, so you're going to hold the kiss for 5 seconds and
Yes,
then you're going to look into each other's eyes for 10 and then you're going to go crease her hair. Like, it's very, very detailed.
it is very detailed. It's very usually like beat by beat what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But then sometimes they're more like, here is an outline. Like, we need you to start here, get here, and then end here. And then the
Hmm.
middle, you guys can just like fill in based on like whatever happens.
Okay, so you do have some sort of a reign over some parts.
Yes.
Okay,
But
interesting.
it always just depends on like actors' comfortability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. I
Awesome.
agree.
So, how do you and a co-star build trust for romantic or vulnerable scenes? So how do you kind of build that trust with the other person?
Kind of like what I said before, I think just getting to know them
Mhm.
more and like find out who they are as a person
Mhm.
builds a lot of trust. Like just becoming friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I've never had like a big issue with the intimacy scenes just because I feel like I make sure I get to know who I'm working with
Yeah.
beforehand so that it's
Mhm.
not an awkward. I have had one intimacy scene where it was like first shot of the day, just got there, just met, and it is the whole time they're like, "Can you look less awkward?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I this is just how I'm gonna be right now."
Can we have an early lunch and then maybe I'll be less awkward?
Yes, that's something they
Wow.
love to do the intimacy scenes though after lunch all the time, and it's always like, "Here, we're gonna feed you this big bowl of pasta, and then we're gonna have you like take your clothes off in the next 10 minutes. Is that cool?"
Your breath has garlic in it and onion
Yes.
residue.
Yes, we're all like bloated and like tired, like we.
Do they
It's
not
awesome.
realize this?
I thought
Wow.
for the guys, if they're shirtless, they starve them or something like that.
These poor guys, like they always do the intimacy scenes right after lunch. So like after lunch, you see the guys in the corner, like you'll just hear grunting, and you're like, "What is going on?" And then you turn, and they're like doing push-ups and sit-ups because they're like trying to get ready. And I'm like,
They're
"Oh,
trying
I
to get
got you."
pumped up. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep, that's a guy
Interesting.
problem. Well, hey, at least you can be like a little princess and just be like, okay, just climb on top whenever you're ready.
I'll be here.
I'll be in the corner.
Yes.
So, Kaylin, what's the most unusual or unexpected thing that has ever happened to you while filming?
So when we were filming, right, I keep wanting to say the title wrong. Right, wrong sperm, right, love.
Just say
Yes.
the
Yes.
sperm vertical.
In the sperm vertical, we did a scene that was. So we were in Atlanta in, was this June or July? So
Hmm.
thunderstorms very frequently.
Yeah.
And we were in the middle of shooting a car scene outside, and because it
Ooh.
started lightning, we had to go inside for safety. And then it was a rule that you couldn't go back out until it's like 30 minutes clear. And it was our last day at that location with the car that we had. So we were like, we have to get this done
Hmm.
today, but we also have to wrap in like 3 hours. So what are we gonna do? So I went to holding, and like 20 minutes later, they call me out. They made a car inside of the building, like with couches and a giant TV screen. And they like, when you looked at it, you were like, this is not gonna work. But then you look at like the lens, and it looked like we were still in the car. Like half of those car scenes weren't in an actual car. Some of them are.
So the
Wow.
scene where he leans in to kiss you for the first time.
That one's partly in the car, partly in the building where we made a car.
Interesting. And I'm guessing they painted or covered it with green cloth to like,
Well, they
for the
used a
kids.
giant TV screen, and they went on YouTube and they looked up like streets outside to make it look like you were driving. And they
Hmm.
just had like the TV screen playing in the back. There was like no green screen or anything.
Interesting. Well, it worked. I mean, I didn't think that those scenes were outside. I mean, they were, improv or it wasn't
Yeah.
in a real car. You had me fooled.
Oh no, I'm telling all the secrets. Am I gonna
That's
get in
fine.
trouble?
It's already out.
Yeah.
It's already out. They
It's
don't care.
okay. Okay. So I have to ask, I did see your TikTok. Um, you seem to be a little bit heated over a FedEx package. What
Yes.
was in the package that was just so important and that made you so upset that you did not receive it?
Okay, I promise I'm not usually the
Okay.
kind of person who goes online and hates on things, but I was so mad because I I moved into my apartment on June 1st.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I didn't have a single day off in June. I worked every single day. And I've been trying to get a dresser because my clothes have just been thrown, like spattered on my floor for the
Hmm.
past like month. So I finally ordered a dresser. And I only had 2 days that I was off that I could be home to receive this dresser. And it said
Okay.
it would come on the second day that I was off. My only one chance to get this dresser that I've been waiting to get for a month and a half. And I'm like, I canceled all my plans because I was like, you know what? I need to be home for this dresser. And it said it was going to be here between noon and 3. And so I looked at my phone at 1:05 or something, and I had a text that was like, your package could not be delivered. And I was like, I literally was sitting on my couch next to my front door all morning, just waiting to hear a knock at my door so I could receive this package. And they didn't even knock. They just left a note that was like, sorry, we missed you.
Oh my God, I would have been so mad.
I was on, I think part of it too was because I had been on 5 back-to-back sets and I had not been sleeping
Yeah.
much. And I was kind of, that was like the cherry on top of everything.
Yeah.
And I kind of called customer support and went like full Karen mode on them. But my package got delivered the next day.
Were you
Okay.
even
Well,
home?
good.
I was not home, but they left it because I asked very nicely.
But no one took
Passive
it though. You did
aggressively.
come back to it.
Yes,
Okay. Sorry, that's the New Yorker me talking. You can't have nice things outside.
I
Someone's gonna
know.
take it.
I know. Luckily, my apartment has a gate, so like I trust everyone living within
The gate.
the
Yeah.
gates.
Okay, that's fine. Well,
Yes,
hey, at least you got your dresser.
I did. That was even my mom texted me and she was like, "Girl, what is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I'm sorry. I just really, really want this dresser."
Is the video still on TikTok?
Yeah.
It is.
I'll go watch it. I need the reference now.
I had to ask just because, like I said, I was doing my research because usually before these interviews, I'll do like some research just to kind of see what's out there. And I seen that and I was like, you know what? I've got to ask what was going on. And I know this girl is not normally like this. What is
The sweet little girl turned into a angry Karen. What happened?
Well, it's because when I called them, they were trying to tell me, they were like, "Oh, since you didn't get it today, we'll have to send it back and like it'll be up to Wayfair whether or not you get a refund." And I was like, "You tried to deliver it one time and now you're saying you might not deliver it and I might not get my money back?" No, 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 no.
Yeah.
No.
Wow. Wow. Um, okay. So going back to your acting and things like that, how do you take care of your mental and emotional health as an actor?
I'm still working. I've been learning. I'm teaching myself how to
Mhm.
take breaks
Yeah.
Yeah.
because with these it's kind of like once you're in and you can keep going. And unless I force myself to like say no to a project and take a break, I will
Yeah.
just keep working, which is great. It sounds great. And that's why I do it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working all the time. This is amazing. Like, this is all I've ever wanted. But then it hits like week 7 and not having a day off. And I'm like, I am going to go insane.
Mm-hmm. I can
So
Yeah.
imagine.
I'm learning to take breaks. And I'm also learning that it's okay to do absolutely nothing.
Mhm.
That I'm such a person that's like, I constantly need to be doing something, but I'm training myself to just sit and stare at the wall and be okay with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree. And it's okay to say no.
Yes. Yes. These verticals have taught me definitely how to say no
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
to things,
Yeah.
which is
The hardest.
surprising based on some of the things I have done in these verticals. But trust me, I am saying it could be a lot worse. I am saying no to things.
Yeah, some of
I
these
know.
scripts are crazy.
Yeah.
We've had discussions about those with other guests, and it just makes us want to think, where are we heading with this? But we're
Yeah.
not going to touch on to that because, yeah, no.
That's a
Hmm.
that's a whole interview in itself.
Hmm.
Um, so how do you handle rejection or criticism?
I feel like rejection is easier for me than criticism. Rejection is kind of because I've always wanted to do this. So
Mhm.
from a very young age, I always like told myself, you're. I prepared myself well to be like,
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna get rejected. Like that's part of what you're doing. I've definitely learned that a lot of times, like rejection has nothing to do with me or my performance. A lot of the times, it is because this other person was just so meant to play this role, and if that's what they want, that's what they want. There's nothing I can do about that. Like sometimes it's a vibe
Yeah.
thing, a lot of the times it's an age thing, and I'm like, well, I can't change that. Like I can't change the way I look. You can put as much makeup as you want on me, but I am still going to look young.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Exactly.
So rejection is criticism. That one I struggle with a little bit because it's like, okay, now you're calling me out on the things I am also insecure about. So let's
Yeah,
not go there. Like you can tell me you don't want me for something or I'm not right for the role. Okay, fine. But if you start talking about something that I'm already upset with myself about, that's when I'm like,
yeah.
oh no.
That's just rubbing salt on the wound.
Exactly.
But what about constructive criticism?
That I like criticism in the workplace. I am very okay with.
Okay.
Mhm.
Criticism online and from other people, I'm like,
Yeah.
we don't need that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it can be detrimental towards your mental health. So let that come in through one ear and let it out the
Yeah.
other.
I like to, but definitely, I just try to not take anything too seriously because
Yeah.
some of it's
Well,
funny. Some of the things people say about me are hilarious, and I'm like, I actually kind of have to give you that one because that was
yeah.
clever.
Like the story I seen.
Yes, like the basketball one. I was like, I'm not even upset about that. Like, that's so funny.
That was just genuinely funny. It wasn't
Yes.
insulting.
No.
Yeah. So,
Um,
what keeps you motivated during the inevitable ups and downs of your acting during your acting career?
I try to think of little 5-year-old Cailin, and like if I'm stressed about not having had a job in a while or not liking what I'm doing, like script wise or whatever, I just like imagine if I took like 5-year-old Cailin and like
Hmm.
transported her and let her like watch where I am right now, how like mind blown she would be and be like, oh my gosh, you're even getting auditions like that. Like for me now it's like, okay, auditions, I do them all the time, but like if you were to tell me 5-10 years ago that I was getting auditions, I'd be over the moon because I'd be like, I can't believe I'm getting to audition. Like even that itself is like a big thing for little Cailin.
yeah.
So I think I just try to be grateful for where I'm at because it's not where I want to be, but it's definitely farther than I thought I would be.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, Kaylin, what is a misconception about you that you'd like to set straight?
I want everyone to know that I'm 22 years old, not 12 years old. And I am also 5 foot and a half, not 4'11".
Who said you're 4'11"?
Everyone always thinks I'm 4'11", but I promise I'm 5 foot and a half.
5 foot and a half, 2.5 inches. Okay, yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah.
Yes, I'm always on an apple box. Majority of the verticals you watch, half of the scenes I am standing on an apple box to make me look taller.
Just put some heels on.
Yeah.
So if you could swap lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be?
I love this question. There's a show on Netflix. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's about Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but it's like kind of CW-fied in a way. Like
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
it's more darker. But I want to be Sabrina Spellman, the teenage witch, so bad. I would love. She dresses cool, and she's a witch that has magical powers. I want to live that life.
Okay. Okay. I grew up with Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, but
Yes.
I did not know that that was about Sabrina. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like a
Okay.
spin-off in a way.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sabrina was awesome. Does it have Salem in it?
Yes.
Salem the cat? I
Yes.
love Salem.
Me too.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
Interesting. So it's Friday nights. What's Cailin doing?
Kaylin is boring and is probably playing her good sorting game on her phone on the couch with her cat.
I feel
Okay.
you.
That's a way of you saying, guys, I'm old and mature.
Yes, guys, I don't go to the club. I do grown-up things like playing games on my phone and sitting on the couch with my cat.
I thought you would say, I'm not having a tea party with my friends with pretend tea.
I want to have a tea party so bad. I've been talking about that for months, and I'm just trying to
Okay.
find a time to get everyone I know and have a massive tea party.
That sounds like the hottest thing you could do in the vertical world right now. Bring a
Yes,
bunch of them and just have a tea.
that would be amazing.
Do it Bridgerton style and be like, you guys have to dress up.
Wait, I'm gonna plan that right now.
Perfect. If you need any ideas, we
Bridgerton
got you.
style.
I'll like bring my laptop and I'll like project it on the screen and you guys can like be there with us and like we can all have a
Yes.
party.
That
We've
would
got to
be
dress in
interesting.
the we've got to dress in the outfits though. The Bridgerton outfits
I got a
with the
tux
little
somewhere.
hat
Yes.
and the nice flowy dresses. I don't even think I'd have to rent one of those. That would be fun. That would be
It's
cute.
so funny.
That would be fun.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna have some fun.
Okay.
Um,
Yes, intense stuff is over.
yes, yes, the tense stuff. So now we're gonna get into the two truths and a lie.
You
For
ready?
reference,
Okay.
I am leading with 2 points. Jennifer, you gotta come back to tying with me, or
Oh,
I'm gonna leave you behind at the pit stop.
oh my gosh, competition.
Of course, there's
Jennifer, you
competition
can do
between me
it.
and Jennifer.
I know.
North versus South.
Okay, guys, ready? This is intense.
Let's go.
Things are at stake here. Okay, here we are. Ready?
Yeah.
So, I have 4 tattoos. My most streamed artist on Spotify is Lana Del Rey, and I have 3 brothers.
Ooh, I didn't do enough research. Oh
It's a
my
true
I
goodness.
barely
competition.
did research. I'm gonna tell you. I tattoo. I'm trying to think if I saw if you had a tattoo on in any of your verticals. You don't have anything on your legs because when they pulled down those pantyhose, it was like there was nothing there. The movie theater scene, right? Okay,
Um,
I don't
and
know.
I think Lana Del Rey could very well be a most streamable because you were talking about Taylor Swift earlier, and they
Okay, but
kind of are the same.
she might like it. Who knows? Music.
Well, no, no, I'm
Everyone.
saying that I think that could be true.
Does she have 3 brothers? You know what? You probably don't have 3 brothers because you mentioned IVF. I'm going for that.
I'm going with the tattoos. I'm going with the tattoos.
I'm going for 3 brothers.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Jennifer wins. I
Yay!
actually, I don't, the lie was I said I have 4 tattoos. I have 8 tattoos.
Hey,
Yes.
Eggs. I don't
Yes.
even know. I didn't even notice one, but okay.
I know they
well,
like
no,
sometimes they show them.
Okay.
I have two on my back, two on my thighs, one on my ankle, one on my side, one on my sternum, and one on my stomach.
Okay.
Interesting. And you do have three brothers.
I do have three brothers, yes. The IVF was because my mom, she decided to have a kid later on in life, like after she had me and my older brother.
Oh,
So
okay.
she,
They're twins.
no, my parents got
No.
divorced. So then
Oh, okay.
my mom got remarried and her husband wanted another kid. And she was like, I don't know if I can have another kid. So
Okay.
she went through IVF to give him the son he always wanted.
Well,
Oh, that's good.
you
Yeah.
have a nice younger brother.
Yes. I have three brothers.
And the song, so it is true.
Yes, Lana Del Rey is my most streamed artist on Spotify.
Mm. Okay,
I like
Jennifer,
Lana Del Rey.
you went from being in the pit stop to coming at the stop I'm at overnight. So
Oh.
congratulations to that.
Hmm.
We're at 2-2.
That means your next interview is going to be the tiebreaker.
Well, today was a tiebreaker. No, last interview was. I don't know. We're just gonna keep at
It's
it. Who
just gonna
knows?
go.
So now I know that when I do my research, I need to be looking for personal stuff too. Like
Yeah,
for the,
normally it is personal.
well, no, I'm
But,
talking, yeah, yeah. I should have been looking at the how many brothers, how many, but I got it. So,
You're good.
well, congratulations to you, Jennifer. Congratulations to everyone else who guessed right at the bottom. So, yeah, now we're going to move on to my segment, which is the best part of the show. Now I'm joking. Rapid fire. You can skip, answer, 2.5 minutes on the timer. Just let me know.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, going now. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Favorite TV opening credits?
American Horror Story.
Soda or juice?
Soda.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Most binge worthy show you've recently discovered?
Oh my gosh. The okay, wait, it's a
Okay, you
reality
got
show.
this.
Wait, it was it's like it's there's this I forget. Okay, it's a reality show about this band called Cat's Eye
What
on
streaming service?
Netflix.
On
It's on
Netflix? Okay,
Netflix.
okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
okay, I think enough. Yeah.
Concert or festival?
Festival.
Movie that deserves a prequel?
The Princess Diaries. There's only two, right? Make a third one.
Okay. Pen or pencil?
Pencil.
Okay. Gold or silver?
What was that?
Gold or silver?
Gold in the summer, silver in the winter.
Interesting. Dream castmate you haven't worked with?
I want to work with Kirby Elwood because people always tell me I look like her. So I feel like we should play sisters.
We're gonna interview her very soon. But
Really?
Oh.
I can say that because this ain't gonna air for a while. Salad or sandwich?
Sandwich.
Cookies or brownies?
Cookies.
A lyric that lives rent free?
Just like Heaven by The Cure. That entire song, every single lyric from that song.
Bath or shower?
Shower.
Sunglasses or hat?
Sunglasses.
What's your mood board aesthetic?
I like a grungy 90s witch vibe.
Okay. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Okay. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter.
What's your creative fuel?
Coffee, caffeine, Celsius, anything with caffeine in it.
First call or first text?
Mm, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Why
what
was I
would
gonna?
you
I was
prefer?
gonna. I was gonna say my cat, and I don't know why I was. I was gonna say I'm gonna
Hey,
call my
that
cat.
could be
I
No,
prefer
would
I
you
prefer
rather first
texting.
text? Okay, first
texting.
text. The timer went off. I have a few more. I'll make an exception. Sharpie or
Perfect.
highlighter.
Hi later.
Animated character you'd voice if given the chance.
Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph.
Mm. Long hugs or quick kisses.
A long hug.
Whisper in the ear or hand on the waist.
Hand on waist.
If you could be famous in another era, when?
The 70s.
Hmm.
Okay.
Love notes or late night calls.
Love notes.
One night adventure or slow burn romance.
Slow burn.
Make a difference or make a fortune.
What was that?
Make a difference or make a fortune.
Make a difference. I'm gonna be a good
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. And that concludes the rapid fire. I know it was kind of intense. I'm sorry we caught you off guard on some questions, but thank you
No,
for
it's okay.
answering them all. I know it got a little spicy towards the end, but I did that on purpose. I'm like, we can't keep it this vanilla with this girl who literally, I like,
I
no,
was
we
in
can't.
wrong sperm, right love. There's
Yeah.
nothing to.
And my Navy
My
brothers,
name,
come
yeah, that one
claim
was.
me. And I
Please
love
take
you,
my body.
Uncle.
Yeah, casual.
Yeah. So, Kaylin, I want to open the floor over to you to ask us any questions if you have any.
I I want
We
to
kind
know.
of tormented
No, I have a
you.
question. I have a question. I have a question.
Okay.
Who are your top streamed artists on Spotify?
Oh,
I don't use Spotify.
Apple Music, YouTube,
Oh my God.
SoundCloud.
okay, so I know that because Spotify sends out that thing every year where it says who your top streaming
Yes.
artist was. And believe it or not, and I didn't because I don't think I listen to this person that much, but apparently I do. Taylor Swift.
I
No,
love
no
Taylor
lie.
Swift. I love.
Yeah, her music is, I just love the fact that it brings you back to like when you were young and you were like,
Yes.
you had that type of love that was just like a dream. And but yeah, I didn't think I would listen to her that much, but apparently I did because it was my top streaming artist. So
I love that. What is your favorite vertical platform to watch on?
Viglu.
Okay.
and to be honest, an app that is really like starting to make waves is Drama Box is like coming up. They've
Mm,
been putting out
yeah, they're
some really
pretty
good
good.
stuff. I mean, it's still got the toxic stuff in it, like, the bullying and things, but they've been putting out some really good stuff here lately.
Talflix,
So
that's also good. And I think Thingy's in there. The Navy Brother one is in there. That's where I watched it. Yeah, that's another good one. But Viglu, yeah, they're coming up with some good content.
I liked it. I really did. I thought it was a really good vertical. I mean, I'm not just saying
Mhm.
that because you're sitting in front of me, but it really was a good vertical. So
Thank you. That's very nice to hear, but that's also one of the verticals where I'm like, I hope nobody ever watches that.
well, like I said, I do like some spicy stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why like when I kept seeing the ads for it, I was like, this was kind of up my valley, so up my valley, my
And
alley.
Fabian didn't
The
do any verticals for a while. So we were like, okay,
yeah.
Fabian's in this. Who's this little girl? Yeah.
It's this
So
12-year
funny.
old in here.
Okay, I didn't say no age number. I just said little girl. Little girl can be literally
That's
anyone.
I know, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like I said, I never looked at you that way. Like I always assumed, I mean, I just knew you were you were older. I'm like, when I started talking to people and I was like, no, this is not a thing. Like, what are y'all talking about? And that's why, like, I had to ask those questions. So, but um,
Thank you very
yeah.
much. I'm gonna end it right
yeah.
there.
On that note,
Yes. For everyone who's made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I will link all of Kaylin's Instagram, Facebook, all her socials in the description box below. I may or may not also leak and link that audition that you did for the
Oh,
commercial.
the commercial.
I don't know. Let's see how I feel when I'm editing this. And to the rest of you, peace.